got it. Okay. So, good afternoon, guys. Today we are going to see the Esxi installation and configuration. Okay. So today we are going to cover this major topic. And what is this? We know what is this, guys? As per our earlier discussion, what is the meaning of Esxi?
Hypervisor.
Hypervisor. So, whatever the computer we have without any operating system, that computer we used to call bare metal server. So here some RAM will be there, some CPU will be there, some hard disk will be there. Okay. So on top of this, we will install this ESXi, right? So that is called bare metal hypervisor. We have two type of hypervisors as we know. Two type of hypervisors. First one is bare metal hypervisor. Example is ESXi. So second hypervisor name is called hosted hypervisor. It means we have our personal computer. On top of this, some Windows operating system will run. On top of that, we will use this hypervisor. This is used for practicing purpose, which I already opened. That is called VMware Workstation. What it will do? In my computer, I have 8 GB RAM and 250 GB hard disk with i5 processor. So when I install this workstation that is called hosted infra hypervisor, it will help us to create one virtual computer with my physical computer resources. That's why we used to call hosted infra hypervisor. Okay. So now in real time, what we are going to do, we are going to install the ESXi on Dell or HP servers. So to do the practice, we will not get those servers since those are very expensive. That's why what we are going to do now, in my computer, I have 8 GB RAM, i5 processor, and 250 GB hard disk. On top of that, I have VMware Workstation. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one server with 4 GB RAM, two CPUs with 100 GB hard disk. And these are the minimum requirements to install the ESXi on any server. Okay, so now shall we start? It's very interesting, guys. Shall we start?
Yes.
See, now I'm just creating one computer, bare metal computer with RAM, CPU, hard disk, no operating system. So I'm just giving 40 GB. That's enough. These steps and all not required for you guys. Okay, just for the practicing purpose, I'm just creating one computer. Left side, you can see one computer created. We got this computer, right? So here we have 4 GB RAM, two processors with 40 GB hard disk. Are we good so far?
This VMware Workstation 16 Pro, first we have to download from
Internet. I have that. I have that installation media. I'll give you. That is like an application only. I'll give you guys. Don't worry. Yeah, I do have. If you guys wanted to practice, I'll give you. No problem. Okay. And here, what we are going to do, we don't know how to install. Just assume you guys don't know. And now you just logged into Dell ID Rack and you are seeing like this. From now, you don't know how to do. So that's for I just created helpful installation instructions documents. I'll show you that just a minute. See, VMware installation. I'm just pasting these two for you guys. Later, I will give you the full document. Okay. Now, where we are here to. Oh, oops. See, this is our KB article, knowledge-based article. We don't know how to install. And remember, guys, if you'll install 6.5, if you'll install 7.0, if you'll install 8.0, the installation steps will be same. Only the version number will change. That's it. Okay, you don't need to bother about it. And now, see, so how to install ESXi step by step. Step 1. First, you need to download the vSphere ESXi 6.0 or 7.0 or 8.0 ISO image. So, which I already have. This is the one. VMware VMware installer 6.5. If it is 8.0, VMware installer 8.0, it looks like. Okay. So this one we need to install. This is the installation media. So in our earlier days, how we were installing our operating system into our computers, we do had a CD drive, physical CD drive. We used to insert that and we used to install. Now that as a CD drive type, and this one is image type. This is simple, very simple. It's a image file to install the operating system. So which operating system we are going to install? ESXi. Why we are going to do this installation? We have one physical computer with 4 GB RAM, 2 CPUs, 40 GB hard disk. So once we install this ESXi, we will get the ESXi. Here we can see these three resources. By using these 4 resources, we can create a multiple virtual computers. For the practicing purpose, we have enough like small resources here. But when you will go into the infrastructure, you will get a huge. Tomorrow I will show you how it looks like. Now we will see here. Okay. Shall we start now?
Yes.
Okay. So here, see, so we have the installation media. Then we can burn that ISO image into CD/DVD. It means insert CD/DVD to the server. So how to do that? It's very simple. Just come here in this area, in this server, you can see CD/DVD. If you're going to Dell server also, you will get that CD/DVD. Tomorrow I will show you that. Okay. Just select this CD/DVD. Okay. Here you can see two options we have. Connections area. Use physical drive and use ISO image. If we have the CD/DVD, we will use the first one. Now we have image file. So we will just select this one and browse it. Where it is in my computer. Just select. And okay. Now what I did, this is a bare metal server without operating system. We have this server and we just attach the ESXi operating system file in CD/DVD option. So to boot this, to start the installation, what we have to do, we have to boot the server. Boot the server is nothing but we need to install, we need to power on the server. Okay. So just power on. See, very simple, guys. Okay. Now, what is going? Loading ESXi installer means, so to this ESXi, to this server, ESXi1, we attached ESXi 6.5 operating system file. So to install that, this bare metal server loading those ESXi installer files. These are all the files. Okay, we need to concentrate what are all the files. I'm just telling. See, operating system is nothing but it's a combination of files. That's it. It could be a Windows, it could be a Linux, it could be a ESXi, whatever the operating system. Operating system is nothing but it's a setup of multiple files. That's it. See, let it install, let it load. So usually we used to get this one. I'll show you. So here we can see loading some IMGDB, loading some files. Those are all not required for us. Okay, those are multiple files. Huge files will be there. We just need to check the installation procedure. Here we can see the message. What message it says, guys? What message we are seeing?
User loaded successfully.
It means whatever the installation media, that file we attach to this ESXi, right? That one loaded successfully. Okay, that says. So after loaded successfully message, we are seeing those files are just syncing up with the server. So this here down we can see the dots, right? So these dots need to be completed 100%. Let's see. In between, if you guys have any doubts, please ask me. It won't take much time.
సమంత్
Hmm.
ఈ ప్రాసెస్ మొత్తం మనం ఎవరైతే కంప్యూటర్లో చేయాలనుకుంటున్నామో వాళ్ళ కంప్యూటర్లో చేస్తాం. మనం EXXi ఫస్ట్ డౌన్లోడ్ చేసి వాళ్ళ దగ్గర ఇన్స్టాల్ చేస్తాం.
Yeah, see here what we are doing, we don't have the Dell or HP big servers, right? That big servers we used to call devolution servers, Karthik. So we don't have those servers. So we need to know how to install the CSXi on big servers. So to understand that process, what I did, I used my computer resources and I created one small computer in my computer, within my computer, this one.
ఓకే.
So on this server, I'm just installing the CSXi operating system. Tomorrow I will show you in real time how the CSXi looks and in which servers we are going to install. Is that clear, Karthik?
Yes, క్లియర్.
Yeah. So
ఆ
now,
వర్షన్స్ సారీ ఆ
yes, yes.
వర్షన్స్ అనేవి మనకి ఎట్లా ఐడెంటిఫై అవుతాయి? అంటే మనకి నోటిఫై చేస్తారా మనమే 6.5 7.0 అని చెప్పాలి?
Now 6.5 and 7.5, 7.0 also going to stop the support from 2025 October. Now we are going to use only 8.0.
ఓకే.
From 6.5, 7.0, 8.0, all the installations are same. Okay. Only the difference between these servers, latest one have huge features. That's it. Okay.
ఓకే.
Mhm. Okay. So now see, we are here. So you may get confused why we didn't get this blue color screen. Why? Because this is not a bare metal server. On top of this VMware workstation, we just created test server and we are installing. If you will install this ESXi on a Dell server or HP server, you will get this one. If you are not getting, if you are getting, we are not going to touch anything here. Automatically, after 12 seconds, it will start go to the next process. Okay, now we are here. So in this here, what we need to do, by seeing the screen itself, we can see to continue what need to do. I wanted to continue here. What option we need to follow here?
Enter.
That's it. In the in the screenshot also, we will see the same one. What happened to this? Oh, not responding state. I started using multiple applications, right? So it become slow. Let me close this. Just a minute, guys. My screen is visible, right?
Yes,
Hmm. See, uh, all the applications are occupying the RAM, right? That's why system becomes slow. So I'm just closing the whatever the application we are not going to use. That's it. Let's come to the point. See, we are here. So in this option, what we are need to do now, you can see that installer has started. For the installation process, press enter to continue. Just enter, that's it. Enter. So next option, what is the, come here. You have to accept the VMware end user license agreement to install the ESXi sys.5. To accept, press F11. That's it. So remember, whatever the application or operating system we are going to install, so we will get the license agreement option. I hope you guys know that. We have to accept to continue, right? So it's very simple. So here, I'll just press F11. That's it. So next, what is the step? So next step, we will get this one. So what is this? In my computer, how much space I have allocated to this computer, guys? While creating, you have seen, right? 4 GB RAM, 2 CPUs, and 40 GB hard disk I have given, right? So now whatever the ESXi is going to install, so where it will go and install on this 40 GB capacity. So in our computers, we have some 50 GB hard disk or 1 TB storage, right? So if you will install the Windows or Windows 10 or 11, any operating system in our basic computers, where it will go and install? It will go and install in our hard disk only. But what we are going to do, we will segregate C drive, D drive, partitions we will do. And for the installation medias, operating system files related, all the data we will keep in C drive. But here only one drive will be there, that is called 40 GB one. Okay. So to continue, what we need to do here, guys?
Enter.
Enter. So next, see, enter. So usually across the globe, we will follow US default only. Okay. And here for ESXi, we need to set up a password. That you will get it when you are working for any organization. Default passwords will be there. So now I am putting here my name, Samant at 12. I'm just confirming Samant at 12. See what came? So next step, US default, we selected and continue. Next, we mentioned the password. Remember guys, ESXi is a Linux-based operating system. So remember, for graphical user interface based operating system, we have Windows. So for Windows, default username is administrator. Okay. But when it comes to the Linux-based operating system, default username always root. You can see here. Provide the root password. Directly they are mentioning this ESXi default username is root. Password I already mentioned. Okay. So now we are here. So we just set up everything, and now we need to initiate the installation. To initiate the installation, what we have to do? We have to press F11 to start the installation of ESXi. Shall we go? MLN.
ఓకే.
Simple. ఇక్కడ here ఏమన్నా మీకు కన్ఫ్యూజన్ అనిపించిందా? Is that everything clear to you guys? Anyhow, we are going to do this step for one more time or two times until you guys are able to understand. But today I'll show you how to install the ESXi and how to configure the ESXi. Why? Because we need to configure the network, right? Otherwise, we can't access this ESXi. So remember, each and every computer should have the IP. So without IP, we cannot communicate with any device. It could be a ESXi, it could be any device. Okay. Silent గా ఉన్నారు. Any doubts? Speak out.
No, someone.
Thank you. Very simple, guys. And again, I'm telling, maximum we will not get this opportunity to install the ESXis. Okay, very rare. Like if any new ESXis are, if any new servers purchased by customer, at that time we will get this opportunity. Otherwise, if you are lucky and if you are placed into one project where this complete project is starting from scratch, that time you will get the chance. Otherwise, you will not. Usually, it takes some 5 minutes time. So let's see next step. After 100%, we will get like this. What it says, you can see VMware 6.5, which we installed. So that is from which platform? VMware platform. And in this physical server, how many CPUs we have, how much RAM we have, we can see it here. Okay. And down here, this is the major one. This is some IP. This is a random IP, DHCP IP. This one we need to configure. Okay. As of now, we have seen the ESXi installation. Okay. So once it's completes, we need to configure the ESXi network. That one I will show you. So this one you can see here, guys. One thing, whatever the operating system, once the installation is going to complete, okay, that server will restart. Is that correct or not? Yes or no? Guys, again, I'm asking, if any operating system or if any application, if you are installing in our computer, at that time, reboot is the recommended option. Since once the reboot is complete, whatever the changes we have made on the computer, that will affect properly. So probably here also, this server, once this server is installing, probably this ESXi also will reboot, right? Correct? So at that time, what we need to do, we need to detach. Detach in the sense, we attached in this computer, in CD DVD, we attached something, right? Hmm? We attached something right here. Let me show you that. In CD DVD, we attached the ESXi installation media, right? Huh? We need to remove this. Otherwise, once this ESXi reboots, again this installation will place into the process. Hence, it will overwrite. In real time, we will just in real time we can see two options: connect and disconnect while installing, while closing. So while before installing, we will click on connect. So while closing, we will click on disconnect option. That's it. But here we don't have those options, right? So what I will do, I will just remove that installation media and I'll put some dummy notepad file so that this ESXi cannot listen that operating system file. Since it's a dummy file, probably they will get the good result. Okay. Usually it will take, as I told you guys, 5 to 10 minutes. Let's wrap it up. Yeah. Okay. So we have seen the installation of the ESXi. As I told you, once the ESXi installation is completing, later what we need to do, we need to start the ESXi configuration, right? So meanwhile, shall we see that? Hmm? I already given you guys. I will just take a reference from here only. So I will just open this link. This is VMware vSphere ESXi configuration, guys. So once we complete this installation, we need to do the ESXi configuration, right? That process it is. So basically here, we are going to configure the IP address. As I told you guys, we need to assign the manual IP that is called static IP. And we need to configure the DNS. And we need to configure the FQDN name for this ESXi host. And we need to disable the IPv for IPv6. So to do this all stuff here, I hope you guys know IP address, right? IP means it's a internet protocol which will help us to communicate with that particular server. Along with IP, we will configure subnet mask and we will configure the gateway. And second one, configure DNS. Do you guys know about this DNS? See, it's going to 73%. Let it go. Let's continue. Do you guys know DNS? I'm asking you guys.
Domain name server.
Domain naming system and domain naming server also we can call it. What it means, now you guys are seeing Google. Okay. Google also one server only, guys. One server means multiple servers will be there. Multiple servers will be there. Okay. So these all servers will be connected with the load balancer, LB. Here we can see. But this Google is nothing but it's a DNS. This Google also having the IP. That IP maps with FQDN, fully qualified domain name. So if you wanted to access the server, if you have DNS, by typing server name itself, you can able to access. If you don't have DNS, you have to use IP. So earlier days, I have shown you my real-time infrastructure. At that time, did I use any IP over there? I hope I just used only name, right? That is called DNS. Correct? Huh? మిమ్మల్ని ఏం మంచుగా ఉన్నారు మాట్లాడాలబ్బా. హలో, అర్థమవుతుందా లేదా?
Yes, ma'am.
ప్లీజ్ గైస్, అగైన్ ఐఎమ్ టెల్లింగ్, మీరు మాట్లాడకపోతే నేను మాట్లాడను. మనం ఇక్కడ ఉండేది నేర్చుకునేదానికి. యూ గైస్ హ్యావ్ టు స్పీక్. ఓకే. సి DNS, anyhow, in our practicing session, we don't have any DNS. We are going to exclude this. Okay. But DNS also is nothing but it's a IP. DNS server ఉంటుంది. There will be a DNS server. So they will provide us the DNS IP details. We will configure those details. So FQDN means fully qualified domain name. So whatever the ESXi name has been updated by solution team, that name only we have to configure. Okay. So in order to do this all steps, we need to go into the ESXi DCUI bar. So here, this is the main ESXi page. If you wanted to go inside, you need to press F2. If you'll press F2, it will ask you to provide the username and password. So you will get the page. That page we used to call DCUI. DCUI stands for Direct Controlled User Interface. Okay. DCUI అంటే ఏంటి? Direct Control User Interface. మన ఇంటర్లో అడుగుతారు. So how you will install the ESXi? So yeah, so we will access the Dell ID Rack server and we will attach the ESXi operating system and we will follow the instructions and we will install the ESXi. And later we will disconnect the ESXi operating file system from CD/DVD option before reboot, since it will overwrite if that is in connected state. So once the installation is completed, we need to access the DCUI console for ESXi. In order to access DCUI bar, we need to press F2 to go to the configuration area. That's it. Okay. So here, as I told you, once you will click on F2, you will go to this page and we need to provide root and password. Then we will get this page. This is called DCUI page. Here, that name itself, it says DCUI, Direct Control User Interface. Directly where you will control the entire interface, that is called DCUI bar, Direct Control User Interface. So here we can configure the password. If you wanted to change the password, you can do. And we can configure the network, that is called IP, subnet mask, and gateway. and remaining stuff I will explain in some time. Okay. So if you wanted to set up the configuration network, we need to configure management network. We need to go there. And there we can see these options: network adapters, VLAN, IPv4 configuration, IPv6, DNS configuration, suffix. This part only we are going to cover today. Okay. How to do and all, we will see now. Shall we start now? Himalaya. Guys, speak out, guys. Don't be quiet. It's boring.
Yes, sir.
What happened? Why you guys are being silent, huh? What happened? I know Sangeeta and Masood both are in travel. Means Masood in travel and Sangeeta at office. Of course, Karthik. Okay. So now, as I told you guys, we need to disconnect before going to reboot. As you can see here, it's clearly saying remove the installation media before rebooting. It's highlighting with yellow color, as you can see. Why? Because it will overwrite, guys. Okay. So before going to do that, what we need to do, we need to remove that installation file actually. Okay. So just come here and I'll browse and I don't have anything here. So I will just create one notepad file. Okay. Oh, all files. See, I'm just selecting one notepad file, dummy file it is, nothing will be there. And now press enter to reboot. So it will reboot. Let it reboot. So let come here. So once we are clicking on IPv4 configuration, so we will get like this. Here we need to select the last option, set static IP. Why? Because manually we have to provide the IPs here. Okay. So when you will turn on the internet on our computer, mobile or computer, we will get one IP, right? That IP we used to called DHCP IP, dynamic IPv4 address. If you are using Airtel, once you turn on the internet, there will be a big IP spool from DHCP server. That IP will come and allocate to your computer. But here we need to allocate manually. So how we are going to allocate manually here? Any idea? We don't have any IP. I'm asking you guys how we are going to allocate the IP for this ESXi. Yes or no? Idea? No idea? Munira, Soumya,
IP
Karthik.
config.
Yeah, in the Gammaga sister. Usually you are the one who used to be inactive all the times. Speak out. Don't be quiet, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. See, so in my computer, already we have IP config. Once we will click on IP config, as you guys know that I already connected with the internet through Wi-Fi. So I'll get my IP details in my Wi-Fi data, right? This is the IP details with me, right? This is the IP details. So what I am going to do now for ESXi IP, I will select 192.168.1. Here you can see subnet mask 255, 255, 255 means this is called /24. It means, yeah, we have 256 IPs, right? As we know, I already provided you that screenshot, I guess. Let me just recap here. Yeah, see, 24. 24 means see, 255, 255, 255, 255, 255.0. So here 256 IPs will be there. So we are going to use the same one here. So already my computer having 192.168.1.9. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use 150 IP, some free IP. Okay. Subnet mask, same 255.255.255.0. Gateway, same as I told you, these two won't change. 192 dot.
Randomly, we can take 150.
Yes, randomly I'm taking. Why? Because it's a very small network, okay? And if that IP is not working, means probably you can come back and you can change it to another IP. But we have to use here from 2 to 256. Right?
Okay.
One I am not using, already gateway configured with 1. So from 2 to 256. So overall 255 IPs we can use. So here already 9 is used. It means earlier 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 till here they might used already. Remaining all are free. So if someone are turning on the Wi-Fi, if I'll assign 10 or 11, that will allocate for them. So that's the reason. In order to avoid that, I'm just taking large area IP. This one I'm going to configure. Okay. And the ESXi name, you may go to the any company, you will see google.com. So here, this Google name is nothing but it's a FQDN. FQDN. FQDN means fully qualified qualified domain name. Okay. Fully qualified domain name. And last you are seeing .com, right? That is called suffix, guys. We call it as suffix. It won't change. If you're going to Atos, it's atos.com. If you're going to Dell, it is dell.com. Right? That we used to call suffix. So here I'm just making this ESXi name is called test.com. This is the ESXi FQDN name I'm going to configure. Okay, shall we go and see now?
Yes, sir.
మాట్లాడాలి. సి మీరు ఎంత మాట్లాడితే ఐ మీన్ ఎంత యాక్టివ్గా నాకు రెస్పాండ్ అవుతుంటే క్లాస్ అనేది అంత ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ వెళ్తుంది. ఆఫ్ కోర్స్ తొందరగా మీకు జాబ్ వస్తుంది. మాట్లాడాలి, సరేనా? సో సి అండ్ నౌ సి we got the ESXi installation page. We completed now, right? And now where I need to go to configure this ESXi IP details and all. What is this page name? Just before I explain, right? Where we will configure the ESXi IP, where we will configure the ESXi network and all. Guys, much better. It's a DC UI bar. DC UI bar. That is called direct control user interface. Okay. In order to go there, we need to press F2 and enter root password. Let's see now. I'm here and pressing F2 and see password I am giving someone 812. This is the one which I provided during the installation time, right? We got the page. This is called DCUI bar. So here, if you wanted to change the password, you know already current password. Click on configure password. Enter the old password. Okay. And provide the new password if you wanted to change. Okay. And now we are here to configure the ESXi network, right? So in order to do that, we need to click on configure management network. Here, which IP we are going to give? IPv4 or IPv6?
V4.
IPv4. So before going to do that, we will configure the DNS configuration. DNS configuration means this ESXi name. click on this and use the follow. See, obtain DNS server address and host name automatically. We don't have DNS now. If we have, we will get the DNS IP details. As you can see, we don't have. That's why nothing. Okay. So I'm just changing host name. So ESXi, we can call it as a host. Why? Because once we will get this ESXi, on top of this ESXi, we can create up to 1000 VMs, 1000 virtual computers we can create. It means it is hosting these 1000 VMs, right? That's why we used to call it host. ESXi is nothing but host. Now you guys are joinees here. So I am the host, right? Why? Because I am hosting this meeting. Because of me, you guys are able to see my screen and you guys are able to hear my voice. In fact, here also the same propaganda we can applicable here. We can apply here. ESXi is nothing but it's a host. Since it is going to host multiple VMs, right? Correct? So here I'm going to assign the ESXi name test. Okay. And come to the custom DNS suffix and click on suffix name like .com. And now go to IPv4 and here you guys can see three options. Disable IPv4, which we will not use at all. Okay. This one is dynamic IPv4. It means automatically IP will allocate this one. It's a dummy one. Since now we are seeing some IP, right? That is IP, DHCP IP. Automatically it allocated, but it will not work. And here we need to select the third option. To select this third option, we need to press space bar in our laptop. Space bar. If you click on space bar, then that selection will select. Okay. Once you select, come here 192.168.1.150. This is the one which I planned, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Subnet I will not change. And gateway I will change 192.68.1.1. Simple. And now I wanted to save this all information. What to do? You come here. Till here we did. IPv4 we completed. And we are just given the host name and all. Right? Suffix also we had given. And finally, see, once all the configuration has been done, press escape to exit from network configuration. So it will restart the host as we disable v4. So restart the host in progress. Once everything is done, we will get the ESXi completion. That's it. Shall we do now?
Yeah,
Click escape. See, you have made changes to this host's management network. Applying these changes may result in a brief network outage, disconnect remote management software and affect the running virtual machines. So we don't have anything here. We just created newly. So I'm going to press Y to restart the things. See, setting DNS failed. Okay. But still no problem. Why? Because we don't have DNS now. So if you wanted to check now how this ESXi is working or not, how to do? Any idea? Guys, any idea? How to check this IP is working or not? Remember guys, if you wanted to check any IP, whether it is working or not, we need to type PING that IP 192.168.1.150. Once we type this one, if we will get TTL stands for time to line. It means communication is there. TTL. It means ESXi is working. Let's check. I'm just giving some 150 dummy IP. We will not get anything here. See, unreachable, destination host unreachable. It means that 151 IP allocated server we don't have in this network. Let me see. 6. We don't have nothing. Right? You got it?
Yeah,
This,
Samant.
this is my computer. It's working. So again, guys, in our VMware infrastructure, if any server is not working, first what we need to do, we need to ping that IP. Whether that server is in network or not, to double check. If it is there in network, we will get TTL option. If it is not there, we will get unreachable timeout errors. So anyhow, we are set to go, right? We have the ESXi now with us. Shall we log in and shall we see? Hmm?
Okay.
How to access 192.168.1.150? Just enter. You will get like this. Click on advanced and click on to proceed to this server. If we have the DNS, we can directly logging into this ESXi with my name, like what we have given, test or something we had given, right? So what is the username for this ESXi, guys? Root. Remember always. Password SCAMANTH812. Okay. Reload. See, we got the ESXi. Is it simple, guys? Vimal?
Need to do once, Samant, so that we'll have a fair idea.
Yeah. So I will help you to do that. No problem at all. I just wanted to know, in later I will ask you that question, like whether you have that feasible device or not. Okay, I will help you. No worries. And now
In
here,
real time, are we
Hmm.
doing this installation configuration? I don't think so, right? We'll be doing
That's
it.
what maximum we will not get that option.
So
That's what.
everything will be ready. So whatever the
Yes.
task is
So
given, we have to do it on the VMs.
yeah, so we will get a set already. Whatever the infrastructure is in place, we will get that infrastructure and we will take care of that infrastructure. Like customer will ask the new virtual computers. It's very simple. Create VM. And that information also we will get a very clear idea. See now we install the ESXi, right? So for that also we will get whatever the notepad you guys are seeing, this information we will get. ESXi, which operating system? Okay. What is the ESXi name? What is the ESXi IP we need to provide? What is the gateway? What is the subnet? What is the suffix? This everything we will get this information. Where we are going to install this, we will install Dell server, ID rack, IP. They'll provide you 92.168.1. Some 45. They will provide you username. Password. Remember, guys, for ID rack servers, default password will be Calvin. New Dell ID rack password, Calvin. So we will logging into this server and we will attach this ESXi installation media and we will install. Then we will configure the internet IP details and all. And we will add this server into the production area. Since now I have only one ESXi. As I told you, each ESXi can bear 1000 VMs. Remember, assume if you have 100 ESXis are in your environment, is that possible to manage this ESXi one by one? We may work 8 hours or 9 hours per shift. Is that okay? 8 hours, maybe maximum you guys can manage or check some 50 ESXis, right? To manage these all ESXis, we do have the vCenter. From vCenter, we will add this all ESXIs and we can manage and maintain. That process we will see in upcoming classes. Okay. So earlier also I was telling, right, once we install this ESXi, we can see the manufacturer, model, everything. But here, which server we use to install this ESXi VMware workstation? That's the reason it's showing manufacturer. If it is a Dell, we can see Dell. If it is a Dell server, we can see powered some model name and the resource crunch, how much is there. If it is a HP, we can see HP server here and HP ProLiant models and the configuration details. Okay, is that clear so far, guys?
Yeah, someone.
Yeah.
Yes, Sam.
Yeah, here we will install the VMs. It's very simple. So come to the virtual machines, create the VM. Okay, so just assume that you got a request. I will tell you later. So we need to work from ServiceNow ticketing tool. So we will get incidents, tickets, problem tickets, change tickets, request. A request we used to call RITM. RITM means request. Some number like this we will get. VM request. Okay. VM name. Test 4. Just assume. Okay. For this, you need to install RAM 1 GB. Not 1 GB, 512. Just for our practicing purpose. CPU 1. Hard disk 1. 15 GB. Just for practicing purpose, right? This one also I will change it to 1 GB. Why? Because tomorrow I will show you how to install the operating system on this VM. Okay. Shall we create now with this information? And they will provide you OS, Windows Server OS 2008 R2 IP 192.168.1.151 subnet mask 255.255.255.0 gateway 192.168.1.1. So like this, we will get this all information under this request. We just need to implement. That's it. Very simple. So VM name test 4. Which operating system we are going to install? Windows. What is operating system? Every version we can get it here. That's what. If you will select Linux, you will get all the Linux options here. All. Okay. Every option, every operating system we will get. We need to install, but logical we need to configure here, right? We need to select. MAC address also we will get. See? And if you'll select Windows, as I told you, we have personal operating systems as you are seeing here. If you will select Windows, see, these all are personal operating systems. From here, you can see server. Wherever you are seeing server, that is called application-based operating systems, big application-based operating system, server 2003. These are outdated. This one I will install this one. We have so many. See, this is 6.5, right? So 6.5 will support till 2016. If you'll install the ESXi 8.0, it will support server 2022 also, 2023 also. Okay. Next. See, 1 CPU I am giving and 1 GB RAM I am giving. So reservation I am putting 5012. That I will tell you why I am putting reservation and all. Okay. And disk I am giving 15 GB. See, you got the VM, guys. You got it right. So here, what we need to do, we need to install the operating system. How this VM got allocated by 1 CPU and 1 GB RAM? That's what I was telling you guys. We have the ESXi. That ESXi we installed on physical server. That server having 4 GB RAM, 2 CPUs, 40 GB hard disk. So in this 40 GB hard disk, we installed ESXi. So after installation, you are seeing here, right? That operating system occupied 972 MB. So we have still 31 GB from this 40 GB. RAM, how much we have? We have 4 GB. Now we created one VM and we allocated 1 GB. So till we have 2.65 GB here. And in fact, CPU also. It means this ESXi will help us to split and manage the resources. That is the major advantage here. So from 31 GB, I allocated 15 GB to this VM. 1 GB, I allocated RAM to this VM. And 1 CPU allocated from here to this VM. It is possible here. That is what I wanted to make you to understand. So tomorrow we will see how this VM installation will go and how it works. Those things we will see. Okay. After that class, I will introduce the lab environment so that you guys can start practicing to create the VMs, to assign the RAM, CPU, hard disk, whatever the stuff we have. But because next week, yeah. So far, do we have any doubts here, guys? So far, are we good?
Yes.
Karthik, Masood, Sangeeta, Munira.
Yes.
Okay. So immediately, just let me know if you guys have any doubts. Of course, you guys can let me know later also, but I'm asking. Anyhow, I got the update. Thank you so much, guys.